Hello everybody, this is Backblast. Welcome to video 2 of our Sun Bears build. This is the Malaysian Bears at Burgers Zoo, within Planet Zoo of course, and it's a step-by-step build that was requested by somebody in one of the comments for video number 4. I think the penguins build that I did for Burgers Zoo. We think they're called Geordie. Hello, Geordie. Thanks for the request. So what we're doing is we're trying to recreate the Burgers Sun Bear Enclosure, or Malaysian Bears as they're known in the zoo. Slightly different naming than in game. So what we're using in game is the Formosan Bears. Right, what do these entrances look like? That's a question, isn't it? So let's go and have a look over here. They look like a square entrance. Alrighty. And the building appears to have a little thing and then a... Okay, so that goes out again. Alrighty. Alright, we can move that then. We can do that. Have we got a smaller grid, please? Yeah, I hope I got the young lady's name right. It's Noelle, I think. Yeah, she does videos for Burgers Zoo, and if you saw the first video I did on this particular zoo, you'll see that I've used the videos. There's no painted brick. I've used the videos to sort of get an idea of where everything is and how it looks and that sort of thing. So. Thank you to Burgers Zoo for providing videos. They are on YouTube. They haven't provided them to me. They just make them available on YouTube. So thank you for that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just move this in a meter, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. Across like that. So as I said in the first video, this is a kind of walkthrough, but my videos take about 8 hours to make normally. That's just the build. That's not the research that I do beforehand. That's not the video editing. That is the actual sitting down in front of the computer, moving walls around, moving bits of scenery and foliage, and putting paths in, and you know, we're talking at least 8 hours for every video. So please, this is going to be a bit of a rush through. And what you'll find at the end is we've got a pretty rough approximation of where we're going, but honestly, I can do a better job. It's just I'm trying to rush through in order to get a step-by-step video done. Somebody requested it, so this was the Geordie that I mentioned. He just sort of said, "Can you do like a speed build, a step-by-step build, please?" I don't know if I'm rambling or not. Yeah, I think I probably am. There you are. I decided to use the painted brickwork here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have an entrance for the bears there. So let's just now get rid of the brick bits. Brick. Just make sure it says brick here. Select it. It says brick. So again over here. Yeah, brick wall. Brick wall. Brick wall. Beautiful. Righty. Right. So we need something here. Control and D duplicates something. It's flicking about from where I want it, but press X so that I can go into the move it in smaller increments. There we go. There we go. There we are. Right, we have a wall with an entrance for a bear. We don't want lots of grass poking through there, do we? So should we just change the terrain to... What do the bears want? Who knows what the bears want? I haven't got that far yet, have I? We haven't got bears yet. That's probably a thing we should get fairly soon. So let's put a barrier in. Now it said on the Zoopedia, I'll just show you the Zoopedia again. It said a 4-meter barrier, climb proof. Oh, grade 4, climb proof, greater than 2 meters. So this is grade 4. This is grade 2. I think we're going to go with this one. Does this have a top that I can modify? Climb proof. It has a climb proof bit on it. Right, I think what I'll do is we'll just build approximately where this is going to go, and again we can adjust it later. I'm just doing things roughly to give you an idea of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. 4-meter sections is good. If you ever go and look at a zoo enclosure, they don't have like 20-meter sections of fence unless it's an external fence generally. So let's just follow this around. A lot of this is covered in foliage. There is a pathway comes in here, so I'm going to be looking at that in a bit. We just want to run this up to this rockwork and then into the rockwork. And then we can now go to a null barrier. Alright, now with the null barrier, just bringing it right to the outside edge. Not completely outside, thank you. Now, there is a little steel mesh. Oh, you're not going to like that, are you? Okay. It doesn't want to go where I want it to go. I want it to go on top of that concrete wall that we've already put in, that plaster wall there. But it doesn't like it. Okay, let's try and move this. Right, now it's kind of important to get this on top of the barrier so it looks right, but also it's important to not have bits poking through like that. So let's try and get it where we want it. So on the top of the barrier there, let's move this one to there. Okay. Will you please move? Please move. Oh, okay. Doesn't like it. We can come back to it. We'll come back to it in a bit. Okay, interesting. It doesn't want to be built, so that we'll have to come back to it. I'll come back to it in a bit. I might need to just fiddle about with the terrain before it all goes in. The idea is that obviously you can see that the fence goes across the top there. We want it. No, please don't be silly. We want it quite low, so it's only a small fence, and it just sits on top of the concrete wall there. So I don't know if I can find a good picture of it. You can just see it down here. You can just see the fence down here. Okay, and there's obviously a wooden fence runs around the outside. Oh, no, stop that. Beautiful. Right. All right. So for now, you've got a rough idea of where that's going. There will be a wooden fence running around the outside. And again, have a look at the real one. What does it look like? How are you going to build that? So it looks like 2 logs with 2 log poles. They look quite old logs, but I can't really differentiate in game because the game does have limitations. Those are beams, aren't they? We want beams, really, don't we? So we're sort of looking at these, aren't we? We're sort of looking at this sort of thing. Now we want it lower. In fact, this is the way I tend to build things like fences and things. So the way to do it is you build one, okay, Control and X, and then what we want to do is we want to angle snap on it. Now, do I want this as a 2 meter or a 4 meter bit of... It looks like a 2 meter. They're only quite short, these, aren't they? Yeah, so 2 meter. So we're going to go... we've got the X pressed. We're going to go bump, bump, like this. Lift it up. Now, does it go right to the top? Nope, there's a bit where it doesn't come to, so give it a bit of a gap. And then there's another one which is at floor level. So we want it about there, right? So this is my fence piece. It doesn't look like the fence piece, but I promise you this is going to be it. So press I, select all the 3 bits. We're going to merge them into one group. And then when we select it again, we can change the colour. So this is quite a dark brown. I don't like that. Oh, that looks better there. That looks about right, doesn't it? So that's about right. Okay, that's our new fence. If I press M, I can now move that. And it runs right along the edge of the pathway. So let's just pop that in. Get rid of the angle snap. Press Z, turn it round. And again, you're lining it up with the pathway. So we can press X to get it at the right height. Okay. And then we can just press X again. Just line it up with the pathway. Beautiful. Alright. Now you can either Control and D, which will move a new one like that. Again, line it up with the pathway. Or you can do a Control and X, which will have it already on the ground. I don't like the Control and X as much because it's harder to just line everything up. I prefer to do Control and D for duplicate. So we're going to do that again. Control and D, duplicate. It just allows me to press Z here and line it up with the path better, I think. Right, well, you get the idea here. It's going to go to the end. And then what we're going to do is we'll fill it with foliage. But we're not just going to fill it with any old foliage. We're going to fill it with foliage that the bears like. I want to just finish this fence a little bit. We need to get the null barrier running around the enclosure. So we're going to go from here. Okay, it's trying to put a metal one in. We're going to press null, and again we're just going to run along the side of the building like that. One more, please. All right, and again down the side of the building here. I'm just going to pull that into the corner. It's a bit far up, isn't it? There it is. And then down here, so again with this one down to there, and then we can put glass in here, can't we? So we want a big glass barrier, and we want the glass barrier to be no, it's not going to do it because of the pathway. All right, well that's fine. Let's right, there are 2 ways of doing it. Either I take the pathway out. Yeah, I'm going to take the pathway out. and then I'm going to build this. The other way to do it would be to build a pane of glass. So get one of these and plonk this in. But I am never that keen on them if I can do a glass barrier. Right, so I'm going to move the path. All right. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is save the zoo, because we're going to mess about with paths. We're going to do zoo backup, save zoo, bang, bang, bang. Wow, I'm already 15 minutes into this video. It takes ages to do things. As I said, you know, it's normally it's a good 8 hours for a build, a proper build when I'm happy with it, you know. Right, so from here we want the glass one. Now you can do it as one panel if you want, or you can do it as 3 separate ones. Entirely up to you. Then we go back to null, and the null one's going to come up here. And are you going to, yeah, actually join onto that? Cool. Can I move you closer to the building? Yeah, edit barrier, please. Look at that. Goes into the building. Beautiful. Right. Good, good, good. I've got my glass bits. I've got a way out. We need to put the paths back in. Oh, here we go. Light path. Here we go. Here we go. Where's this going to go? So what we can switch on is snap alongside barriers. Beautiful. So if I press control, so it's trying to build over here, it's trying to build down here, it's not letting me build here. All right, so if I press control, it will let me put the path where I want. So I'm just going to pop it in there. We've got snap to barriers switched on, so let's bring it this way. Right, so we're there or thereabouts, aren't we? I'm just moving the cursor up and down. I'm not pressing any buttons, and it lets you move the pathway to pretty much where you want it to go. I'm going to do the same here. So where do you want it to go? Where's best for you? Where does it look nicest? Honestly, nowhere. That looks awful. Press control again, see if I can do something different. Will you join on? Oh, it'll join on wobbly. No, come this way. Come this way. Don't. You're trying to build over the water. I don't want to go over the water. Switch that off. Right. Yeah, I'm not that happy with you. Can you go to there? It's more like it. That's better. And what we could do is, if you've got bits like this that are just peeping out where you can see bits of grass, we can cover those up. So the way to do that is to go and get a floor piece like this, plaster wall floor, press Z to rotate it to where you want it to go, and then just press shift and lower it into the ground, and just barely where you can barely, it just pops up, just boop, like that. That's where you want it. And then you can use that to just carry on. Do that, do that, do that. It's not quite lined up, but there you go. So what you'll end up with is a nice area with no pathways showing. You know, no bits of greenery showing. But people will obviously still walk along that. The other thing you can do is change the colour on it to make it look more like your path. There must be a colour that is bang on pretty much, but the problem is this is a flat colour and this is speckled, so you're never going to get it exactly right. Okay, so I'm actually going to delete all that, because I will probably end up putting it in, but not just yet. I want to do a better job of it than just plonking it in willy-nilly like that. Right, so what else do we need to do? We've got the enclosures getting there. Should we put a roof on it? So the roof on the enclosure is flat. It's got a ridge. It's got a ridge. Is it a flat roof? Ooh, it's got the tiniest of slopes on it. Unfortunately, in game we can't replicate that. That is it's not impossible. All right, it's just very difficult. So what we're going to do is, what's it made of? It's like a corrugated thing. Right. Well, let's do. I want to just show you something that I do when I'm doing my builds for roofs. Do I want to put a 1 meter one on or not? Or do I do a flat one? I don't know. So what have I got? Let's have a look at what roofs I've got. I'm going to pause it and come back when I've decided on the roof. Right, roof decided. What we're going to do is... You'd have thought I'd have been ready. Metal plank roof, 1 meter flat. We're going to do a flat roof on it. And we're going to just rush through it to get it on. Just so that I can show you a little tricky thing that we do. Okay. Oh, bag of pants. That's what we say. We say bag of pants when we mess up like that. You need to be smaller, don't you? So that's 2 we've messed up. Never mind. It's because we're rushing, but there you go. M to move it. Click on that. M to move you. Right, so what we do now is, if I select these, all of them, all the roof bits, boop, 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 boop. So I'm happy with the roof-ish. It needs skylights and things in it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this, split selection. I'm going to press X, boop, 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 and then we're going to raise it up. Because I know that roof fits the building. I know that I have a roof. You can see it. It's flying up there. And all I need to do is bring it back down when I'm ready. But we can work on the insides without having a roof in the way and without trying to get inside the building. Right, so let's have a quick... I'll fix the barrier up. I'll do that and I'll come back in 1 second. Just let me fix it up. And I'm back. So what I've done is I've made sure the barrier goes all the way around, and we managed to put a door in the back here as well with a little pathway. What I'm going to do now is we're going to get the bears in. So let's get the bears in. So this will take a bit. So again, I might just... let's get them. Formosan. There we go. And let's just get 2 for now. Let's just get 2. Adopt you. Fine. And then next one, you, young lady, you'll do. Send to zoo. Right, so they should be on their way if the game is actually running. Is the game actually running? Are the people walking about? Are the penguins moving? Are they swimming in the water? No, they're not. Right, now they are. Okay. Right, so it's going to take a second or two for them to come. What we need to do is obviously finish all the bits I've done. Tidy up the rock so it looks nice, do something with the back of it, and then lots and lots of foliage and lots of things for them to play on, because obviously the actual bears have lots of trees, lots of logs, and there's even a little den in here so that we need to put in. So if we try and get a bit closer to have a look at that, no, we can't. That's impossible. There we are. That's where it is. There we go. So there's even a little den there. So we need to put that in. There's a gate at the back. You see the gate? Beautiful. We're going to replicate that, and that's roughly where this pathway is. But we're going to replicate the gate by making something that looks like a gate. Let's wait for the bears to come in because it's important. The next bit, I'll just wait for them. And oh, here they come now. Right. So the next thing is we need to make sure A, that they can't escape, and B, what sort of foliage do they want? So come on. I know there's no food or anything in here yet. So there we go. So let's press space. We're going to click H. We're going to select habitat and then U. Boom. Right. So it says that we can... It can get all the way in and out. So it's got lots of room in the house. It's got lots of room out here. I might not need these bins anymore. Let's have a look. Why can it... Why have we got a climbable escape point? Is this a climbable fence? Did I put the wrong fence in? We can put a barrier on top of it anyway, which is probably what we're going to do. And just stop them getting over these bits. Yeah, I think they could probably climb out of all of this bit. So that's easily sorted. We can just select the barrier, edit the barrier, and then this bit, and then these bits up to there. We want those to have climb proof on the right. Oh, no, that's fine. I clicked something wrong. That should be good. So let's just press H again. Let's have a look. Click the bear, and it looks like it's all gone now. So there's no red bits. Something's boxed outside of its habitat for too long. Right, so this is the other bit that we need to now look at. It's things like the terrain and getting the soil right, getting the grass right, and then the number of trees. So we're going to be using temperate, taiga and tropical, as we've already shown on here. And the other thing we need to do is now select Asia as a filter. So continent is Asia. Right, any of these I can now quite happily place into this area. So some of them will be going in places like this, because there is a barrier here, and some of those bits may just gently encroach on that barrier. They may just stick through a little bit. So it's important to get the right ones for the sun bears, the Malaysian bears, on this side of the barrier, but also over here. So there's going to be foliage around here. If we look at our thing here, there's all grass along the back. We can see it when we go down here. All grass, all trees, like that. So down at ground level, we've got all this here. We've got all this here. So we need to make sure that none of these trees, if they're going to be sticking over the top, or like there's ivy on the fence there, then we need to make sure that it's the right ones for these animals. Because we don't want them having lots and lots of things sticking in that they don't like. So again, I'm very aware that I'm very, very short of time. This looks like it's running to 3 videos. So I think what I might do is, we've had 2 build videos, right? All I need to do now is put in some grass, some logs, some trees, and then we'll put some bits in so that there's food and water for these guys, and also just drop the roof back down. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to do a video at the end, which will be a 5-minute video, just a walk round video. So I've done 2 videos which are kind of build videos, just to get an idea of what I do and how I go about doing one of these things in the first place. You can see I've got an awful lot to fix. Like, I've got to carry on with the barriers. I've got to put benches and things down here. I've got to put loads of grass, loads of stuff in, and I've got to do the inside of this. What I will do is I will go away. I will do a walkthrough video of the whole thing when it's finished, so you can see what it looks like when it's all done. We don't need these anymore because the pathway doesn't go that way. Although we do need a flooring so it looks nice. Good. All right. Well, thanks for watching this. I hope it's been what you've wanted. If not, please let me know in the comments, because I did get requested for a build video. But as I said, it takes about 8 hours at least to do a proper build video. So it's a tough thing, and I can't sit here for 8 hours doing a video and then release an 8-hour video. I can release 8 1-hour videos or 16 half-an-hour videos, and you'll have a full build. What I've done in the last 2 videos is just rush through this in order to get something that's an approximation of what it's going to be like at the end. It's now just tweaking it. It's now just making sure it's not too steep for the bears, making sure we get a little river, making sure that we've got grass along here. And it's all to do with what you can see within places like Street View in Google Maps, and just trying to get it about right. Trying to get the signs in the right places. There's a beam there across the door, getting this bit looking right, and it's just a bit of trial and error, and the roof needs a bit of work as well. But there you go. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that you like watching the videos. Please let me know in the comments either way, whether you do, whether you don't, and if you've got any more questions or any more requests for this sort of build, or you want me to do a really long video, then that's fine. I will do a really long video. I mean, I'm sat here making the actual content anyway. It's just whether I record it and then send it to you. I just don't imagine that you'd want to watch a video longer than about 30 minutes anyway. So there you go. Anyway, let me know in the comments. My name's Backblast. I'll catch you next time.